Hey folks, how you doing out there? Not that you can answer other than in the comments, but it's a standard greeting. I'm Don, this is Rockin' the Country. We do non-pop, mostly traditional country music reactions here. Bluegrass, there's western in there, sometimes swing, but non-pop. Anyway, you saw the title. It's a donation request. Penny Headland donated and requested that I do Freddy Fender's song Before the Next Teardrop Falls. Now, of course, I know the name Freddy Fender. I didn't listen to Freddy growing up, but sometimes artists, when I was 7, 8, 9 years old, they'd be on radio, AM or FM radio, which is how we listened to it back then. And I wouldn't know who the artist was, but I'd recognize a melody or a song. I'd be like, oh, that's who that is. I don't know if this is going to fall into that category or not. Before the Next Teardrop Falls. And I think you said something in the comments, Penny, that this was like popular on radio. So I'm guessing I've heard it, but I've got to call it a reaction at this point because I don't recognize it. But let's see what Freddy's got. Thank you, by the way, Penny, for the donation. It's still always just humbling whenever the notification shows up on my phone that there's a donation request. I'm like, oh, let's see what it is. So I get them done much sooner. Okay, here we go. Almost sounds like a lullaby.
If he brings you happiness, then I wish you both the best. It's your happiness that matters most of all.
I can feel where this is going. Crap.
But if he ever breaks your heart, if the teardrop ever starts, I'll be there before the next teardrop falls.
Okay. All right. I recognize the chorus right there, this is going to be repeated in the song. I recognize that. I didn't recognize the beginning part of it because as a kid and being hyper, I wouldn't have paused to even listen to the beginning lyrics. That I did recognize. I don't know if he used to be with her and now she's with someone else. That's why I was like, uh-oh. But let's see where it goes.
Si te quiere de verdad y te da felicidad, te deseo lo más bueno para los dos.
That's for you too.
Pero si te hace llorar, a mí me puedes hablar y estaré contigo cuando triste estás.
I'll be with you when.
I'll be there anytime you need me by your side to drive away every teardrop that you cry. And if he ever leaves you blue, just remember I love you, and I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. And I'll be there before the next teardrop falls.
That is beautiful, and I did remember part of it, but it was a distant memory. Some other songs I'll hear, most songs the melody and you can kind of put it together pretty quickly, like, oh yeah, I know that. This is one of those ones where it was like piercing the veil a bit as to whether or not I actually knew it. The part in Spanish, it was fun to listen to that because I took some Spanish in college, and I don't speak it very much. Every so often with my friend Crystal, who taught Spanish, she got a master's degree in Spanish Lit and such. You know, she'll know this. Every so often I'll talk with her a little bit in Spanish, or she'll correct me when I attempt to. And that's, you know, teachers have to do what teachers do. But this is a beautiful song. It's kind of reminiscent of James Taylor's You've Got a Friend, in the sense that you just call out my name and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. And that was in the guise of a friendship. This is in the guise of he wants this woman as a lover, as a wife. You know, it's tough. Who is it? The band Perry has a song, and many of you folks may not like the band Perry. I like them. I mean, they're out of Nashville. I don't think they're making country albums anymore. They have some nice sentiment in their songs, but it's like the Postcard from Paris. And it's a song that, like, you're with somebody, but then the right one, you meet the right one. And it's like, oh, what do you do? And in this situation, this guy's just going to be patient and wait for her. But how long do you hold out? The human heart's a funny thing. Animals have it way easier. I know we look and think, oh, they're out there on the, not the tundra, but out there in Africa and on the plains, and they're fighting, and they get kicked in the head by a zebra or whatever when they attack. But it's like their lives are so much simpler in ways. It's like catch food or get killed. You don't grow old in that world, so there's no long drawn out Alzheimer type deaths. It is in many ways a much simpler economy in the animal kingdom, the wild animal kingdom. But we deal with our emotions and thoughts and expectations and hopes. And when you make it known to somebody else that you've got that hope that I'd love to be with you, it changes the dynamic of that relationship. But sometimes you have to put it out there. This is what I want. I'll be your backup plan if this guy doesn't work out. Usually that's a turnoff to a woman when you say that. But if you got to say it, you got to say it. So, oh, Penny, what do I rate this? I like that you requested that. Yeah, I just like that you requested it. I love that there was Spanish in this thing, and it was fairly easy for me to understand what he was saying. But there were a couple conjugations in there that kind of threw me off, but then I came back to it because I knew what the song was about. I'm going to rate this one. It's a really pretty sentiment. I like the mixture of Spanish and English. There were a couple songs in that time where they did that. Well, Eres too, that was a song that I think was entirely in Spanish, and that was a huge hit. It's like, wow, how cool is that? America's a great country in that regard, I think, where you could get songs in other languages and they could somehow become a hit. The number that popped into my head for this song was an 8.9. I'm sorry it didn't make it into the 9 category. It was a simple song. It was very well presented, and he has a beautiful voice too. So, Penny Headland, thank you again. I hope you enjoyed that. It's a beautiful time of year. I don't know what the song meant to you. If you just think it's a beautiful song, some of these songs have some personal, they capture a moment in life that you experienced. I don't know, but, or maybe it was just pretty for you and you wanted me to do it. So either way, you can let us know if you want. All right, folks, thank Penny for that. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video. Keep rocking the country.